most memorable students in his class. To be fair, young Massa was an extraordinarily good student who obeyed at least 95% of the rules at least 95% of the time. But I tell his story tonight for two reasons. First, Mr. Yo illustrates the point of the first story perfectly. You students probably think of him as a responsible, unfailingly organized, and somewhat intimidating figure, an ageless adult that fits well with your notion of teachers and dorm parents everywhere. We all tend to think of our teachers as frozen in time, somehow eternal. But in fact, Mr. Yo was once a rambunctious preteen himself. Not too long ago, he was a giggling seventh grader. He too once sat in assembly, bored to tears by adults who droned on like I am now. He too could not imagine that he would one day be doing room inspections rather than fearing them. Spirit. That's a necessity for any middle school faculty member and anyone who hopes to role model and guide younger students. I love the silhouette of Toshiro and Mr. Yo here. Toshiro, call me in 10 years, we might have a faculty job. Second, I wanted to tell you about Mr. Yo to underline a point that old people make to young people all the time. Time flies. Notice that I began this story with the phrase, recently we've had trouble with a student. To most people, recently means a few days or weeks ago. But to teachers, parents, and geologists, recently can mean 11 years ago. Time really does fly. Our elementary schoolers can't fathom it, but in the blink of an eye, they too will be walking across the middle school graduation stage. Before you know it, you seventh graders will be looking for jobs after finishing your university studies. Faster than you could ever predict, you eighth graders will be driving your own children to soccer practice soon. Sure, you'll probably be driving some sort of hybrid space-age minivan fueled by a mixture of hydrogen and discarded French fry oil, but I promise you, time sneaks up on you, and the future is not as distant as it may seem.